I'm so nervous. This is the first time I can feel like this. Okay, so let's start. I would like to tell you a story about the year 2005 in me. In my neighborhood where I live, there was a little girl that everyone called her Brownie because of her tan skin. She's strong and bold like a boy. Her interests were different from other girls, like climbing trees, fixing TVs, fixing bicycle, or taking care of injured insects. The things that everyone saw at her was her cheerfulness, happiness, and innocence, always sparked in her eyes. But turned out, they were surprised when found out that she was come from a poor background, had endured years of domestic violence. And she became mature every single day. In high school, she got into specialized chemistry class in a gifted high school. Everyone expected she might become a doctor, a dentist, or pharmacist, but no. In university, she chose the major as tourism. And okay, she graduated and then worked for tour operator. But then no, something stranger happened. The things that no one had thought of before. Nowadays, no one calls her Brownie anymore. Everyone calls her the Queen of Miss Cosmo Vietnam. And that girl is me. And my name is Xuan Hanh. So, look at this part. You might say, okay, she always knows what she wants, what she likes, and she determined to her passion, right? It sounds nice, doesn't it? But the truth is, I didn't know what my passion was. So today I'm standing here to help you discover that even if you do not know your passion, you don't have your passion, please remember, do not need a passion. The real choice will lead the way. And we will go on, let's start this journey to success. The first step I'm gonna do is changing my mind. Change my mindset by changing the way asking the question. Because we often ask the question like, how to shine? The how question. Before, I constantly asked many questions like how to be shy, how to be rich, how to be like her, how to be successful. But turned out it's the wrong question. The how questions. That questions already assume that what you're aiming for is long distance from where you are now. And you keep chasing, like as if out there has some secret formula will lead to success. But it didn't work. Why? Because with successful people, they had to get through a long journey before reach the goal. And you are just newbies. How can you ask the questions like for the final step? You even haven't taken the first step. How can you ask the questions like how to be shine, how to be success? It's kind of the same question as how to celebrate at the finish line. So it's the wrong question. The truly questions you should ask is, where should I start? So right now, I will help you to start the journey to success. So, my first answer is making decision. To make a decision, you need two things: filtering information and making a choice. With filtering information, I will give you an example. My story, like my decision in studying. Okay, as a chemistry student, right? Everyone expected me to become a dentist, a doctor, a pharmacist. The obvious path for after 5 years just learning chemistry. But I said no, because it's not what I truly wanted. I learned chemistry simply because I enjoy that subject, and that's it. And everyone just asked me like, so what do you want to do, Hanh? I could only shrug because I didn't know. I didn't know what is my passion. And at that time, exactly what I need to do is doing filtering information. I started doing SWOT analysis and collecting feedback from people around me. Eventually, I finally find out what I really want, what my dream jobs were. And what I wanted to become a pilot. I wanted to become a psychologist, a biological researcher. And I started sharing these dream jobs, what I liked, with my mom. And my mom just asked me some questions like, is this job popular in Vietnam? Can you afford the tuition fee for like becoming a pilot? And does this job help you to get more money in the future? So I did some more research again, and I admitted these dream jobs didn't fit me at that time. So basically, I had no idea after doing this step one, filtering information. I still had no answer before turning to university. So everyone kept going and give me the advice like, so just become a doctor. Don't waste your chemistry background, okay? But I said no. Because why? Because yes, I didn't know what I want at that time, but I know exactly what I didn't want. And that's exactly what I want to say to you. So I decided to come to university first, get into the top university. And then, yes, my university is my university is National Economic University. And then I could not find out the major that I love, that I am passionate about. So I chose the major that brings me the most joy. And that's how I come to study tourism and hospitality management. But it's like in my case, I could not find out the answer after step one. But in case you can find out the answers, that's really good. And then help me to choose two ideas options. And then we will move to next step through making a choice. And with this is when I had to make my biggest decision through the journey to becoming a model. But before it, I will talk a little bit about this story. After 4 years learning in university, I immediately pursued modeling career. The first thing I did was join the face casting call in Hanoi. But again, modeling was not my passion either. And why I choose to become a modeling? There's a fun story like this. I just decided to join the casting call 2 days before. And a day before casting, I bought my very first high heel, plus a simple outfit like skinny jean and tank top. Luckily, I passed all 5 rounds. Then I came back home and wait the final result. 6 months passed. Of course, I think that I'd eliminated. And I didn't think much about this, and the lives just keep going on like normal. And one day, I had that fateful call, that congratulations, you are in top 15. But you just had only 5 days to prepare and move to Ho Chi Minh City. And that time, I had to make my biggest decision in my life. So at that time, I stood in 2 options. A, Stay in Hanoi, work for tour operators, and surrounded by family, friends, stable. Option B, moving to Ho Chi Minh City. Start from zero, invest money for modeling, even I don't know if it succeeds or not. So I am confused. I was confused and I was scary a lot. And I start doing research, read the books, and watch the experts. What did they say? And all of them could recommend me to using this comparison chart like this. So we got option A, option B, and after all, with overall score, the answer seemed obvious. Stay in Hanoi will be the better choice, right? But I didn't choose A again. Why? Because making a choice is not choosing what's better, because there's nothing better. It's about choosing what you have more reasons to do. At that time, I chose modeling, not because it's worth risking everything, not because it's my passion. I chose it because simply I'm a curious person, and there are a lot of questions pop up in my head, and I just keep wondering, like, what if I do it? So I consider all these questions as many reasons I need to do this option. And finally, I chose it. So then I chose it. Let's see what I gain after this journey. But before it, I want to return with this table. With this table, yep, it's wrong to me, right? Because I didn't follow the results. But if right now someone come to me and ask me, how can I make a decision between two options? It's so difficult to me. I will ask you to do exactly this table again. Because why? Because even it's wrong with the result, it's wrong with everyone out there, you still choose this part. Because deep down, you already know what you really want, but you are still in dilemma. And you should write down to know that the path you choose may face many challenges. May just get 1 score instead of 7 score, but you still choose it. Because I do not choose the best choice, I choose the real choice. And I feel so lucky that I made my real choice that time, and that's what I gained. This is before I joined the face casting, and this is after what I got. So it's just my first step. So after this, after you make your decision, what next? Just do it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Because it's time to shine. You don't need until you reach the goal and then shine. No, please shine every single step. In this part, you may face many challenges, face many hardships, obstacles. But remember, sometimes if you feel like, okay, it's not suitable for me and I need something else, I don't need that. Okay, maybe you have not made the real choice yet. So in this case, take a deep breath and return to step 2, please. But once you made the decision, don't quit. I'm not asking you to be strong all the time, but please promise me one thing. Keep moving forward. For me, yep, I also have to work hard and try hard. Sometimes I feel depressed. Sometimes I feel want to giving up, but no, I keep going on. And how can I stay strong? So with this step, we can see it's time to shine, right? And I say that you just keep doing it. But I cannot say, do it, keep doing it, don't care, whatever. No, we should do with 4 things. And these are my tips. I call this like 4 levels of actions. Level 1, doing with logic and strategy to save time. That's called being smart. Level 2, daring to do and daring to accept all the results. That's called being brave. Level 3, doing until you get the first goal. That's called being excellent. And final, doing until you got the top 1 in this field. That's called being genius. So, which level will you like to stop at? It's up to you. But for me, I will choose to become the top 1 in that field. What about you? Your life, your decision? But please do remember one thing, that if you don't have a passion, we do not need a passion. The real choice will lead your way. Thank you so much.